Hey guys, so this is going to be audio only. Hang in there with me if you would. I'm tired, but you know. So, one thing that I've always done my whole life is I've always observed people. Um, some people should be observed a lot closer, and I've started doing that in my past so-called relationships, which were actual manipulationships, and there's a very big deal between a relationship and a manipulationship, okay? Big difference. But anyway, I observe people. And one thing that I noticed is that when you get involved with social groups, okay, online groups, for example, meetup.com, all right, you've got a lot of, and we're going to be blunt, we're over 18 up in here, okay? You got a lot of single, horny people. I'm just going to keep it real. I've never been like that. I'm not hot to trot, hot in the pants, always looking for somebody else to jump on. Let's do the horizontal mamba or whatever the hell you want to call it. Anyway, but you got a lot of single horny ass people. And so they join these social groups so that they can find somebody to get involved with. A lot of them do this. Probably majority of them do this, okay? Regardless of the leader of these groups saying this isn't a dating site, this isn't a dating site. The fuck it ain't. Actually he's right. It's a mating site. You meet people in person and you're trying to see who you could bang. And it's weird because I've never been like that. I mean, if it happens organically, you meet somebody, you click, you get involved, whatever. That's different. But to just be hunting for booty all the time, male or female, makes no difference. It's just weird to me. It's bizarre using people as a piece of meat. It's just weird, and it's I don't know. It's tasteless, but that's just my opinion. So the majority of the people in a lot of these groups are women, horny ass women, and so the a lot of times the amount of women is higher than the amount of men, and so the few men that are in the group get catered to by these women. And so if they end up in a crisis, the women are breaking their neck to help them. And the men get special privileges and special favors. And I saw a lot of this unfold in front of me, and it was really boldly done, like in my face. I'll give you a prime example. Was it last year or the year before? My friend and I both had COVID. Well, he's got meat swinging between his legs. He's a man, so therefore he's going to be catered to, and I'm not going to be catered to. So somebody asked him, one of the women in the group was like, "Do you need me to make you a plate?" They asked him that. Do you honestly think anyone would ask me that? Hell no. I don't have nothing between my legs that could push up inside them, so I am irrelevant. His COVID is more important than mine. So it's just, it's just little things like that. They have these little secret side meetings, where they meet up and only certain people are invited, which is totally not the idea of the group itself. The idea of the group is, which is apparently a silly fantasy. You join the group, you get to meet people, you develop friendships, and you have these beautiful moments together that create memories for a lifetime. And that sounds good on a Hallmark card, but that's not how it goes down. Um, and maybe it would be different if there was an equal amount of men and women, where I could hit it off with some of the guys as friends, and they would be there for me, like these women are there for these guys. Excuse me, but that is not the dynamic. The dynamic is all these hot ass women are trying to get done by these guys or get involved with these men, and they special favors, and it's just absolutely a jacked up situation. It really is. And then so I know of somebody who is in the hospital, and of course, women found out about it and they went rushing to this person's side, because he's a man. Um, you know, I can promise you that if I was the one in the hospital, that nobody would come see me. And there's no other men in the group. There's only one person, and he's an idiot. So there goes that. Unless they could see a sexual encounter with you in the future, or unless they're attracted to you, or unless you just happen to be a male, you are not going to get anybody to have your back in this particular scenario that I'm talking about. I don't know if it's, you can't really say all groups, right? Because, oh, excuse me, because every group is going to be different, and every scenario is going to be different, and every dynamic is going to be different, but it just leaves a really bad taste in your mouth when you see how people scramble for this person who happens to be the opposite gender. But if it was something to happen to you, you could pretty much go screw yourself. And it's just really, I don't know, it's just tacky and inconsiderate and weird. I don't know, it's just freaking weird. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I asked a friend of mine, another friend of mine, who happens to be a guy. I told him what was going on. And I said, "Do they cater to this person because they're horny and he's a man and they're women?" He goes, "Yes." I said, "I figured as much. I figured as much." Like, wow. I mean, some things are so shoved in your face, like a pie, like a pumpkin pie or like a coconut pie or whatever. It's just slammed in your face, and it's I don't know what the word would be to describe it. I guess hurtful and inconsiderate and bold and brazen. Like, we're going to be this bold right in front of your face and we don't care. Like with the COVID thing, you both have COVID, but we're going to cater to him. Wow, really? I just, it's just better to be isolated. It's so much better because it just feels like you're in a world by yourself. And, well, obviously my friends care about me and I care about them, but, you know, I know a couple of the women that were there for this particular person who's in the hospital. A couple of those women are hot for him. And one of them in particular has a boyfriend. And she made a comment to him, "If I didn't have a boyfriend, I would lick you up and down." I kid you not. I wonder how her boyfriend would feel hearing her say that, even though he's married. But we won't go into that conversation. Um, Supposedly getting a divorce, whatever. I just don't understand people. I don't understand how cold and how callous they are. On the very rare occasion through my whole life when I've met somebody who is warm and interested in me, not romantically, so don't go there, just curious. "Well, where are you from? I noticed you have a little accent. Where are you from? Oh, you're from the East Coast? I thought I detected East Coast." You have this conversation with a stranger and they actually care, and you're kind of thrown because that's not the normal way things go. People are normally doing their own thing and they expect you to do your own thing unless they think that they can have a relationship with you or get you naked or get money from you or whatever. Like, people are always targeting people to get something from them. Even though it is never, chances are it's never going to happen, they still have hope If I break my neck for you, one day you'll take your clothes off for me. If I, take care of you when you're sick, you'll warm up to me one day. Chances are it'll never happen, but I'm gonna keep trying. Like there's a hidden motive. It seems to be a hidden motive. It's just really bizarre. It's just totally, totally freaking bizarre. So, anyway, I just needed to get that out. Um, so this person who I know of who happens to be in the hospital, Missouri in particular has gotten hit with more tick-borne diseases, okay? There's not like a massive amount of people, but the statistics are higher because ticks are so bad this year. And this person that's in the hospital has been diagnosed with ehrlichiosis. Ehrlichiosis is a bacterial infection that affects the entire body, and it is caused by a tick. I forget what it's called, but it's brown and it's got a little off-white thing on the top of it. I forget which one, because certain ticks cause certain diseases. And if this illness is not caught early enough, it is so hard for medical professionals to diagnose this condition because it mimics so many other illnesses. But each, tick has different diseases that it carries, or bacterial type of infections that it carries in this. And the person isn't doing very well at all. Something so small, that insect so small, can cause havoc on your body, and it can eventually, through time, it can start eradicating your white blood cells. This is very, very serious. I know a lot of people think it's just a tick, pluck it off of you and keep it moving. It's not that simple. If you get bit by the wrong one, there's like multiple diseases that you can get. What is it? Rocky Mountain spotted fever, something along the lines, and Lyme disease, or ehrlichiosis, and there's like a multitude of diseases that ticks carry. So don't be lackadaisical, please, because it could land you in the hospital. So if it eradicates without being, without treatment, this particular condition can eradicate your white blood cells, and you will have nothing to fight anything with. That is your immune system's army, is your white blood cell. Okay. And also, if you are taking any type of antibiotic, and you guys know I worked with doctors and nurses, and you're going to absorb everything that they tell you, everything that they teach you. And I learned this a long time ago, that if you are taking antibiotics, you have to take every single pill. It does not matter day 4 or day 3, whatever. You feel great. You feel awesome. I don't have to take the rest of these pills. You better not do that. You better not do that. You better take every single pill to the last drop, because with this particular tick-borne disease, okay, it's curable. You've just got to get it in time, otherwise it'll mess your whole body up. I mean, headaches and stomach aches, possibly, and exhaustion, just complete exhaustion. No matter what you do, you're very weak, or you're exhausted. I mean, but there's so many illnesses, like I said, that have these symptomologies. But with this particular illness, if you don't take all of the antibiotics, okay, or ehrlichiosis, if you don't take every bit of the antibiotics, not only you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to finish these, I'm great. Not only will it come back with a vengeance, this particular illness will come back with a vengeance, but it will come back, the bacteria, which are microscopic creatures, basically, it will come back with a vengeance, and it will come back immune to the antibiotic. It'll be antibiotic resistant, which is crazy as hell. So obviously, if you catch it early enough, or if you don't catch it early enough, you got to take these heavy duty medications. You take every single pill, every single pill. And this is coming from a nurse. Okay, nurses and doctors will tell you, you take every single bit of that medication, every single bit of it. It does not matter that you feel so good by the fourth or fifth day you could do a cartwheel. It don't matter. That is besides the point. You take every single pill. So be careful with these ticks. They're not playing around this year. They're bad in the state of Missouri. They're bad. Okay, the hospitals are seeing a little bit of an influx with people coming in with tick-borne diseases, some of which there are no cures for. So be very careful. Spray your body with off if you have exposed skin. If you're going to be in the woods or anywhere anywhere, really, spray your clothes with permethrin. It's a huge, tall, yellow can. You could get it on Amazon or you could get it at the sporting section of Walmart. And spray your clothes, not your underwear, just your outerwear, your socks, your shoes, your pants, your shirt, your shorts, or your t-shirt, whatever the heck you wear. Spray the front and the back, whoosh, whoosh, you know, whoosh, whoosh. Be very thorough. Spray your socks, spray your shoes. I mean, this is serious, and these ticks aren't playing around. They're disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Why they were even created is beyond me. It's just straight up nasty. Anyway, much love to you guys. Like I said, I observe people, and what I see is not always good, but it makes me happy that I isolate because I am not exposed to such insensitive behavior where people just have absolutely no regard for how when they treat people a certain way and treat people a different way, how that impacts that person. But I've been treated that way my entire life, so it's not really a shock. You kind of expect people to act like an ass, and believe me, they will. They freaking will. Anyway, you guys take care. Much love.